Hello, my name is Ben, and on this YouTube channel, I document my own print-on-demand journey. Today, I would like to talk to you about Printful and Printify. So, Printful and Printify, they are two providers who were completely different to the likes of Redbubble and Spreadshirt, for example. So, when you upload your print-on-demand designs to Redbubble and Spreadshirt, these providers, they sell, well, they put your design on the marketplace, and should then a customer order a product with your design on, well, you'll get a royalty and they will send it out to the customer. So they do all the fulfillment, they deal with the customer and everything else. Well, Printful and Printify, they are two providers who you can use when you do, it's basically drop shipping. So let's say you open an Etsy store and you want to sell print-on-demand products through Etsy, through your Etsy store. So then you will need someone who can print these design onto the product and who will then ship them out directly to the customer. Because you do not want to, ideally, you don't want to have them all printed, have that huge inventory at home, and then hope that someone will place an order. No. So this is where Printful and Printify come in. So what you can do then is you can register either with Printful or Printify. I mean, there are other providers as well who are very similar, but I think Printful and Printify, they are the two main ones that are often compared. And these two are, very professional and large companies. So what you can do, you can register with one of them or even with both of them. You can link them to, let's say, your Etsy store or maybe also Amazon or eBay. And then you can upload or you can place, you can create listings on these websites, Printful and Printify, and then push the listings onto the marketplaces like eBay, Amazon, or Etsy, or even Shopify. And I think there are some more as well. So I normally use Printful, as you might know, for my Etsy business. And I will now also register with Printify. So I would like to talk to you about the main differences, actually. The reason, first of all, maybe the reason why I register with Printify it just has to do with risk mitigation. I mean, if you run a serious business, then you want to make sure that you don't put all eggs in one basket. That's the main reason, actually. So I want to make sure that, should something, I've at least heard, I wasn't in the print-on-demand business then, but when we had the first, lockdown, I think Printful had very, very long lead times, whereas Printify could still fulfill orders. So I just want to make sure that I've got everything in place should something happen, that I can still deliver the product. Because in the end, I want to have happy customers and I want to make sure that they come back and order again. So what is the main difference? So on the Printify website, Printify has a small article about this. How does Printify compare with other print-on-demand companies? And I don't just read this out. So it's I've done some further research as well, but it's pretty much true. So, the main bullet points here are that Printify doesn't print any of the products itself. So, whereas I think Printful, they've got a few facilities where they can do the printing themselves, and I think for Europe, I think it's in Barcelona, and they've got a few in the US. So they have less facilities where they can print. Less locations, where I think it's around 5 or 6 they've got. But Printify, they've got over 90, but they actually don't belong to Printify themselves. These are independent companies. And they also have, and Printify, they've got on their website, they've got an overview of all these companies. So you've got Xprint here, for example, which is fulfilled in Germany. So I guess if there is a customer from Germany, there's a likelihood that Xprint will do the printing. And then you've got, WPAPS, and they are from the United Kingdom, but they only print on mugs and phone cases. So this is already something to point out. So as you can see here, not every provider. So for example, Xprint, they only can provide 5 products. So probably because they're like a smaller company, and WPAPS, they might be even smaller. So they can only offer these two products. So then we've got this other company who does worldwide fulfillment. So I don't know where they are based actually, but I'm sure you could find out if you want to. So it's called Who's on Your Case. And they seem to specialize really only in like phone cases and maybe watches or this clutch bag. So you've got look how good that is. It's even a lamp. But, as you can see, there are different products for each of these, that each of these, providers can print on. So that's something that's just to be aware of maybe. And it's very important to understand that they've got many more, well, not facilities really, but many more companies they work with, but they cannot always offer or print on all the products. However, it also has an advantage, obviously, because then, if one company cannot fulfill it, maybe there's another company that can. So they are a bit more flexible. However, what that means for me, from like a quality point of view, and I've heard it many times, that the different companies, these different print providers, they obviously, they don't all work to the same standard. I mean, it could be you order like this T-shirt here from the Print Bar, and it looks amazing, and then you order the same, or you get the same, or the same customer even might get the same from the Dream Junction, and it might look completely different. So just as an example, even though they are from Australia and they are in the US, but still, I mean, you get the idea. So it could be that you get an unhappy customer because maybe the same order or the same product, they order twice and it gets fulfilled by a different provider. Now, what I've heard, and I haven't actually verified it, I've heard that they, when you, let's say you order a T-shirt through Printify, and it doesn't, this typically the print doesn't last as long as on the Printful product. So I've heard many times that the quality of the print is much better if it's fulfilled by Printful. Now, again, I haven't verified this, and what I'll do, I'll probably place a sample order on Printful, which I've actually have just done for some other reasons, and I'll probably register with Printify and do the same just to get an idea. So at the moment, I think my plan is to use Printful, mainly Printful, but still use Printify from time to time just to make sure that the process works, and also to get an idea of what the quality is like and if the customers are happy. And first of all, obviously, I want to be happy myself. Well, something else to point out is as well, if you get Printify to fulfill an order, that, I mean, it all depends on the product, but their cheapest shirt is cheaper than Printful. So there is, and I think it's quite a significant difference in cost. So the profit is higher typically if you get it fulfilled by Printify. But that could also come with I think the cheapest, I wouldn't go with the cheapest one on Printify anyway, but I think even the most popular one is cheaper than the most popular one on Printful. So you want to be aware, if you're mainly after making profit, it might be worth going with Printify, but then you want to make sure that the quality is okay. So I would always do a test purchase first. So for me, the reason to sign up on Printify again is just, risk mitigation and just to be a bit more flexible, I think. So just in case Printful cannot fulfill something, then I can go with Printify. So I hope you liked the video. If you did, then please smash the like button. And if you want to follow me on my print on demand journey, then please subscribe. I'll try to push out videos every day to make sure that, I communicate my learnings and I document my progress and my mistakes and successes. And hopefully you learn something of it. I will see you in the next video. Thank you very much. Bye.